Hey everyone, I'm just doing a live. I'm gonna go check out this car. See if I can see any chat. There you go. Comments, reactions. How's everyone doing tonight? So, yeah, it's been a wild week for me. I got a couple of shadows in. Got to speak to Ernie when I went to pick them up a bit. So, yeah. I got 3 shadows. But, yeah, just gonna unpack the one tonight. So, it comes in the box. Let's see that. There you go. MR slot car. So this one is number 1653 of 1950. Ernie has a lot of them in house. As you can see, the car when it comes packaged in a clamshell, and that was one of the delays that caused this car to come a bit late. When the original ones were shipped, the spoiler, the back spoiler, was breaking. So Ernie had to develop the clamshell so that he could ship them without any damage. So yeah, the 3 cars that I have no damage to them. So that's awesome. And yeah, so this is the car itself. Uop Shadow. This is the one that raced in 1974, I believe. So the year I was born, 1974. And it looks kind of grayish black in this light, but it's actually gloss black. So my camera's not really doing a good job picking it up, or there's just too much light. Maybe I'll hold it back a bit. There you go. That's reflection. You can see it a little bit more. But yeah, that's the Shadow. We're gonna take it apart. We're going to have a look at the tech behind it, and I'm going to tune it up a bit because something I want to do before I run it. So let's get into it. Alright, so just looking at my workbench here. We'll look at the car itself. As you can see, like I said, it's a beautiful black, gloss black. Very simple. This is the George Fulmer livery that was run in 1974. I don't know too much about the Shadow or the Can-Am series. I do collect a lot of Can-Am cars. I should do more research into the history, but I know something about this car. It dominated the 1973-74 season. The key point for this car is how small a frontage it had, so it cut through the air. And and Ernie's done a fantastic job trying to get that to happen on the slot car. Hey Racer X, hey Area 51. Yeah, George, I drooled as well, but it's finally in my hands. So yep, this is the George Fulmer edition. If you guys know more about this car, just let me know. But very simple livery, obviously. It is all black. Shadow it is. We got a nice big spoiler. The profile of this car is gorgeous. You can just tell it was a fast car. A typical Can-Am car. Lots of detail to it in a simple elegance, I call it. It's got a staggered wheel setup. Really nice sticky tires here. I like the Goodyear badging on the tires. So really cool. It's car number 1. A lot of detail on the back end here. Let's see if I can bring that up. Whoa, here we go. Hey Sean. Yeah, so you can see there's a lot of detail in the rear end, and I will do my full review on this car. So I will run it on the track. We'll look at track times. But today I just wanted to unbox it and take a detailed look at it and do it live. So to open it up, there are just 3 screws. So 1, 2, and there's 1 screw right here that will pop off the body from the chassis. So we'll just do that now. Yeah. Has anyone else got their Shadows? I know there are quite a few out there already. George, I think you ordered yours, didn't you? All right, so 3 screws out. And we can take off the body from the chassis here. So there you go. Really nice, simple, clean, but you know the magic is up front. So the body itself is very lightweight, super simple on the inside, really well cut out. Very lightweight body. I don't know the weight, but I will do a full review like I said later. This is just a quick unboxing, just setting it up to run. Yeah, so here we go. We got a nice simple chassis here, but this is the magic. So Ernie was kind enough to actually give me a spare chassis so that I could explain to you what makes this car so unique, right? So that's the chassis that the Shadow comes with. So as you can see, the main difference is here in the front where the guide is supposed to be. There is no pin for this guide. The whole guide is a clamshell that wraps around this ring, and it sandwiches the chassis to the guide pin. So simple way to look at it is here. There's a clamshell here. So if you undo these 3 screws, full disclosure, I already did. I already took this apart because I actually shot close-ups for this whole car. I already done all the macro photography on all the details, and that will, like I said, will come out when I do the full review, my detailed report. So when you remove the 3 screws, the guide will come apart. So you can see that's the top structure. I don't know if you can catch that, but that is what will hold the guide to the body. And the guide itself is just a drop-in system. You can see the wires are side mounted, which I thought was really cool. The guide itself, the braid wraps in, goes into these 2 pockets, and it's held down by the 2 screws that seal the sandwich or the clamshell together. So pretty ingenious. And the reason for this is, if you can notice from the side here, I'm trying to do this live, but the guide actually drops further into the body or into the chassis. So that way you get the car riding really low, really flat, and the front end doesn't pop up, right? So if we look at a typical, it's not typical, but this is a regular guide. You can see that the bottom base of the guide is actually below the chassis line, whereas on the Shadow, once it's clamped together, it's actually recessed into the chassis. So it's a pretty ingenious system. Ernie did a really good job here. So that is some of the magic behind this car, as the car itself was magical. So I think Ernie did a great job there. And the other thing that I like to tell you is like on the 3 front screws here, they have Loctite on them. So when you put them back together, they're pretty secure. You just got to be careful because they're really small little screws and you don't want to lose any of them. So do my best to do this on live. Did anyone else get new cars? I also got the John Player Sideways Special Edition when I got these cars, so pretty excited for that car as well. I think the first John Player's car that I have, livery wise, besides the old school Formula Ones. So pretty excited about that. So yeah, I even fully tightened. The guide is very secure. It does not seem to be causing any issues with binding, which was one of the concerns I thought about when I looked at the clamshell. I was just wondering whether it would bind if I tightened it too hard, but it doesn't seem to. If we go to full tighten without over tightening, obviously, but to a point where it's secure, it doesn't bind the guide at all. And there is a little bit of, I guess, friction, but I think that would just wear down over time. I mean, I'm not too sure how it will affect it on track, but it seems pretty good so far. Anyway, yeah. So the one things that you got are the aluminum front wheels. So right now everything is loose. There is no grub screws inside, so I'm gonna put some grub screws and get it ready for track. I guess you're gonna have to put some grease here, and just a general setup for a car to run it. Other than that, I mean, the tires are nice and soft. Looks like it should be pretty quick on the track, but we'll have a look and see. Nice, George. You got the Ken Miles GT40. Get some grub screws. I'm not a big fan of grub screws. Always go missing. They're so easy to lose. So these are just standard 0.9 grub screws. Just putting them in. Tighten down. Hey, Shotgun Dave. Yeah, Racer X the guide is amazing. I'm just doing a quick live on unboxing a Shadow. Dave. Nothing exciting like molding like you do. I just never showcase any of my tuning. And I thought, not that I'm good at tuning. I'm just learning like lots of people. But I have learned quite a bit since I started, and I do like to tune my cars, even though I don't do them a lot on screen or I don't share that. So I thought, might as well try and do it here. This car seems to lift off. So I don't really have a nice setup block. I just have a piece of MDF cut down. It's what I use. I don't have any fancy blocks. It's hard to get slot car stuff up here. Yeah, seems to be pushing off a bit. I'll bring these guides down a bit. There you go. Any tips? Let me know, guys. This looks pretty secure. No more flopping wheels. Still rotating. I think it's good. Kind of loosen it up if it doesn't run well. But seems good. Seems good. Nothing's tight. Everything's nice and loose. Gotta put some oil up here. Yeah. The basics. The basics. Hey, 33 Bain Raceway. Yeah, I'm about to tear down my track. I'm a bit sad. This track has been with me since I started on YouTube. Oh, this is another one of Ernie's specials, by the way, guys. That's a metal chassis Ernie put together for me so I could build out this car. This is running a 50k motor. It's my monster, but it was a rare find. The body, I picked it up from when I picked up the body, I wanted to build a chassis for it, so Ernie put one together for me. And yeah, there's some developments Ernie's making for some metal chassis that are coming out, and I'm super excited to have a look at those. So putting some grease on. That AMG is awesome. It is. It is. I have two cars that have metal chassis that Ernie put together for me. And I'm a Mopar guy inside out. I love Mopar. I've been tuning Mopars. I raced Mopars until I was told to stop by the doctors. I actually hit the wall at 200 kilometers an hour in a Hellcat, a 1200 horsepower Hellcat. And I was told it was time to stop racing because I have Minaris. and I get vertigo, and it comes at odd times, and sometimes it takes me by surprise, and that's what happened. I was taking a corner coming down the front straight of Moorsport, and the world spun, and I spun, and I hit the wall. Saved the car though. So, but yeah, had to close down my performance shop, sell all my race cars, move away from that hobby. Was very depressing for me, and then I found my way to slot cars, and I have revived my automotive passion, I guess, through slot cars. That's why I buy so many cars. It's in a way, it's a lot cheaper than racing rail cars. I can tell you that much. And it's just a way for me to connect with cars because that was taken away from me. So yeah. So if I collect cars, it's not because of anything else, but because I'm trying to fill a void. And yeah, it's tough. It's tough when something that you really love is taken away from you because of something that you cannot control. And Meniere's is not a disease that has a cure, so I just have to live with it. Yeah. OG tracks are only sad for me to tear apart. OG tracks? Well, this is an OG track for me. This is the track where I've done all my DDT testing. Yeah, so I guess in a way it's an OG track. What else should I do to this car? I've put some oil, I've greased it up. I think it's ready for a run. Should we see what it does? Put it on track. So I don't really introduce float right away. I normally run the car, see how it behaves, and then I will start to loosen up and put some float and start to see. Mainly I'm not running this car without magnet. I guess without magnet I don't really see float doing much of a difference. But yeah, we're gonna run it. Just gotta turn on my track here. Give me 1 second, guys. Oops. All right, we're trackside. Let's see. Tight there. Looks like my track is a bit dirty, guys. Yeah, it sounds really smooth. Track's a bit dirty, but I'll clean it up and then we'll run it again. Give me a couple of seconds, guys. Yeah, lots of oversteer there. So after running it, you can see that my track's a bit dirty. It's picking up a lot of dirt. So I have to really clean up my track a bit. But like I said, I'm in the middle of moving things around in the basement, preparing for the monster. So this track will be going away in a little bit. And we'll be putting in a 28 footer. So that's a big build. So I'm just using lint cleaner to get this dirt off these tires a bit. If I run it a bit, it should be you want to set the front axle height. Sure, I will probably loosen up the front axle. Maybe it's a bit too tight. With the body on, it has no roll on it. Like, it's pretty secure. The braid seems to be a bit high on it, and that's odd because it's pretty flat. So I don't know why it's lifting. Still seems to have a bit of lift in the front. Yeah, I think I tightened this a bit too tight. So, oops, wrong one. I'll introduce a little bit of float here. And I'm going to loosen that front grub screw a bit. And then run it again, see what happens. So much better. So much better. It wasn't just a cleaning of the track. I think even just loosening that front grub screw, adding a little bit of float. Yeah, this car is amazing. Really nice, really smooth. Yeah, I'm super happy with it. I actually love MR slot car stuff. So, and he's local. And there's so many great people at Scale Racing Center. Weight, I don't know the weight. Or is it, are you asking me to put weight or? Runs pretty smooth. Yep, it does. Really quick, really smooth. Raul had this awesome electronic setup. Flip a switch and we're trackside. No, actually, I'm just running webcams today. I don't have any of my cameras live today. Normally, I run 6 cameras on this track. But yeah, today I'm just running webcams. Kept it simple. Yeah, here's one of my monsters. This is my FX3. This is where I do all the higher end slow motion 1,000 frames per second stuff with. So yeah, I have a lot of cameras. I have a lot of gear when it comes to camera stuff. But yeah, not really running any. Is there a weight on the pod from the factory? No, there is not. There's no weight on the pod. I do have the magnet in, so obviously we have magnetic downforce. That's a camera. Yeah, that's an FX3. It's a cinema cam. And I think I'm running 14 to 24. Yep, 14 to 24 millimeter Sigma f1.4. Yeah, but I have a ton of cameras. Yeah, I don't know how curious you guys are, but this is my camera car setup. So when you see those, when you see me running the first person view shots on my channel, it's done with this car. So we have this camera that is capturing the front. And this is on 124 Audi R8 chassis, Carrera digital, so I can switch to digital and analog. And then on the back end, I have this mount that can swivel, so I can capture different angles. And inside of here goes the Insta360. So this camera right here, it's a magnetic mount. The camera pops out, and that will pop into there. And now I got a camera. And this broadcasts wirelessly to my phone. I'm a big proponent of wireless cameras. So if I can do wireless everything, I will. So yeah, this is how I do all those FPV shots that you guys see, or first person view shots. When you see the cars running side by side, yeah, it's all done with this camera car. I've had it for over a year now. And it runs well. Simple. Yeah. Yeah, if you guys need any help with gear or tech, how to shoot, I normally shoot everything on my cameras, so I never really use my phone. I know MP uses his phone for everything, so we're very different that way. But I just shoot with cameras. I really like cameras. So, and right in front of me, I'm actually doing the top down and first person view using the same camera. It's a PTZ camera, so if I flip a switch, it takes me back, and here I am. Yeah, so love these PTZ cameras. I can zoom in and zoom out and go back to workbench. Yeah, it's all one camera doing it. Like I said, if you guys need any help, I'm always here to help out with camera stuff. Okay, Shadow, please. Okay, Robert Hill, what do you want to see about the Shadow? Let me know. What do you want to know? What do you want to see? I was just doing a quick unboxing. It is crazy cool. So, you want to see it run again? I don't know. You guys let me know. I just taking some time to capture the car, tune it. I just wanted to show that I do actually not just remove cars from the box and run them as many people think I do, but I do take the time to dump the magnet. Okay. Want me to dump the magnet? Okay, no problems. We dump the magnet. Now, I am a novice at non-magnet racing, so but I'll do my best. I've been practicing a lot at Ernie's, but my non-magnetic cars are really dialed in to the way I drive, and with my analog controllers on this track, I'm still just using the digital controller to control it in analog. But when I put in the Omni slot box, then I can run my analog controllers in. So, but we'll run it without the mag because Robert wants it, and we want to help and do what people want. So, pop out magnet. Boom. No magnet. Put it back together, see what it does. Like I said, I have 3, so I'll keep one with magnet, one without, and one for maybe a future giveaway. Who knows? Turn bottle towards camera. What? Race it. Yeah, we'll just remove the magnet. We'll put it on the track and run it again. And you guys can make fun of me and see how pathetic I am with non-magnetic cars. But that's okay. We all started somewhere. Alright. Magnet is out. Give it a nice quick clean. Tire is pretty good. It looks very even. I haven't trued anything yet, but looks pretty good so far. Anyway, let's go trackside again. There you go. That's without the mag. Like I said, I'm not the best non-mag driver. I'm running a standard 132 power, it's a 124 power supply. I'm not running a variable power supply right now. I took my variable power supply to the commercial track, so I'm just running a 124 power supply. So 18 volts, I think, is what it's running. So it's pretty hot. Also, the controller I'm using is this one. So there's not a lot of I can adjust the screw for sensitivity, but I don't really do much adjustments to this controller. It's mainly for me to run digital controller. So when I run analog, I have my analog controller, and that's one thing that I really wanted to do when I get to the Omni slot box is running my analog controllers. It would be really great for non-mag testing, etc. So, yeah. Thank you, the fingers. I'm trying to breathe. I don't know why I'm nervous doing this. Like I said, I normally just tune off camera. I don't know. I feel very insecure when I'm tuning. I just feel like I'm too new and too raw, and I don't need to be on camera tuning. So, yeah. But, just taking a step out and doing it for the Shadow because it is a special car from a special person. I got to know Ernie a lot, and he's helped me a lot. So, it is good to showcase the car, I think. And, like I said to you guys earlier, sometimes it takes 7 hours of shooting for me to do one 20-minute video, and I just wanted to get something out on this car before I actually went through that whole process. So here we are. Thank you, George. 4 to 6 grams on the pod. Yeah, I do have some lead weight that I can put onto it. But I don't have my scale down here, so that's something I gotta rectify. It's upstairs in the other studio. So yeah, I didn't plan on jumping on. I was just like, you know what, let me unbox this thing live and set it up and run it and see what it does. I was down shooting some close-ups photography on it. So do what? Robert, let me know what you want me to do. Yeah. Anyway, thought it was. I just love this car. So I'm really happy to have it. So, yeah. $10 grams. Should I get the scale? Maybe I should get the scale. If you guys don't mind listening to some music, I'll go get the scale and put it on a scale. Find out how it weighs. All right. So my scale is reading 39.5 grams. Very light. Let's put that down again. See what zeroes out here. Yeah, so I got a reading of 42 grams. So, let me know what you guys think. I think that's pretty lightweight. Very lightweight. Yeah, so I'm getting 42 grams. Very light. Yeah, super light. Okay, guys. So yeah, there was a little bit of problem with the weight, with the scale, because of this mat. So I actually put it down on a solid surface, and it is registering at 67.5. So sorry about that, guys. It is now correct. It's measuring 67.5 grams. It's now on a solid surface. This mat was throwing it off, and I'm sorry about that. So there you go. Still lightweight. Very lightweight. So, yeah. I had a feeling that the math was throwing it off, and sure enough, it was. So, yeah. 67.5. Anyway, that's what I have for this evening. You guys have any other questions about the car, or you want to have any questions about for me, let me know. Otherwise, I'm gonna wrap it up. This was my fastest LM car, Can-Am car before this. It is M8D, but it's been beaten up. It's one of the cars I raced a lot in 2008. It's 40K motor, lots of magnets. Back then, I was just interested in speed. But I used to race a mini grid, and this car I had the track record there, mag obviously. So yeah, it's been beaten up. Yeah. All right, guys. Well, I'm gonna call it a night. Thank you so much for tuning in. And yeah, when you guys get your shadows, let me know how it fares. If you got tuning tips, let me know. But I think it runs really good without a lot of tuning. And I will enjoy the new car, RaceX. Thank you so much. Thank you everyone for tuning in tonight. You guys have fun, and we'll talk to you later. Take care, guys.